Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm sorry, you said, okay, all right. My name's Kitsu. I can't stop smiling now, so.
I'm sorry, it's adorable. You're just like,
Oh God, man. You pushed my buttons. Now I don't even know what to say. Oh crap, okay, hold up.
Acknowledge it as a
Hey, I'm KingKitsu, and you're watching AGN.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I am your host Glitch and you're watching AGN. Today I have with me the one and only KingKitsu. Hi. How are you doing today?
Good. It's a nice, beautiful, cloudy day, kind of.
You look very bright. You're just shiny right now.
I'm standing in front of a window and it's not whitewashing me. So
but the smile doesn't help, and you're like. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm sorry, you said, okay, all right. My name's Kitsu. I can't stop smiling now, so.
I'm sorry, it's adorable. You're just like,
oh God, man. You pushed my buttons. Now I don't even know what to say. Oh crap, okay, hold up. My name's Kitsu. I'm 26 years young. I'm a Libra. I'm a very funny, entertaining person to be around. I like anime.
Yeah.
I like anime a lot.
You've made 200 friends just by saying that. Congratulations.
Oh God, wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Time out.
What kind of anime do you like? Actually, that's a good question. What kind of
anime friends? Wait a minute, hold up. I do enjoy to cosplay. Cosplaying is my passion. I love it. Well, technically sewing is my passion, but honestly, cosplaying is so much fun. I love doing conventions. I miss conventions a lot, but you know, we all need a break and a breather. So, you know, whenever it comes back. But yeah, currently working on my own business and structuring it. I'm making bougie wear for nerds. So, yeah.
I got some questions about that. We're gonna get into that in a minute, but I got some questions about that because I gotta know if I need to place a pre-order.
I'm trying. I'm trying to get there. Like the pre-orders is definitely something I want to do. So it's just hard when you got to make what you want to have more orders of, and it's just like, dang, it's a long process, especially with other things happening. It's just like
it'd be the face that's a whole mood.
Right.
So what is the origin of your alias? Is Kitsu like your name and you just was like King Kitsu?
Yeah. So Kitsu is my middle name, and I'm a fat nerd for Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts so much. And my favorite character from Kingdom Hearts was King Mickey. And it's so funny because I literally went on a trip to see my cousins and we talked about this, and our favorite scene from Kingdom Hearts 2 was when Mickey just showed out of nowhere. He was like, yeah, I'm a king. And he like ripped off his robe and everything.
They'll pay for this.
And was going ham with his golden keyblade. Yeah. So I love the fact that Mickey was a king. And he just was doing his own thing, just like not even at his kingdom, just off, just doing literal hood rat shit. Like, in his like Organization 13 robe and everything. And I was like,
what took me.
If I want to be a king, I want to be a mouse king. Let me get that king label.
That's so cute. I did want to congratulate you on your transition journey. I know that has been like fun, wild, crazy, life-changing, maybe
A
even
roller coaster, yeah.
yeah, just like all over the place, but like wouldn't change any of it, if you just and I kind of like saw that like as you were progressing through and you just start like the smile was changing, like your attitude was changing, like you yourself was changing, and it was just so nice to see that. I love seeing like growth inside of people. So it was just that was nice. I mean, thank you for sharing that with like with your fan base and with the world technically. That was very I was very intrigued by your story. Not a lot of people have like I guess put their story out there. I did notice that during your well, even before you started, your mother was not supportive of you in the least bit, which broke my heart. And what she said about like you doing this would not make you any more of a man. That hurt my feelings. How has this been for you mentally since? I mean, how has this affect? I mean, I know physically, sure, but mentally, how has this changed you?
So, first of all, thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing. I strive to, I guess, not really have an online persona. I want everybody to know me and the raw me, I guess. And yes, I'm a funny, outgoing, random type person, but yes, I do hurt. I do go through very hard times and experiences, and yes, a lot of it is very close to home. And yeah, like, my mom is black as hell, and she didn't take any of the whole, non-traditional straight cis type lifestyle very well, honestly. When I first came out to her, I was trying to explain gender fluid to her, and she was just like, I don't get it. And I'm just like, I don't really know how to explain it to you.
Here's Google.
Yeah, I pulled up a Google like definition of gender fluid and I read it out loud, and like she was just like, well, what does that mean for you? And I'm just like, it's a really important thing for people who are transitioning and also, their family to understand that like that answer can't be told. I guess it's not really, I can't predict my future. I'm just letting you know now, and clearly, it progressed. Like clearly I no longer identify as gender fluid. I fully transition or am transitioning, and that title changed, and of course she didn't really take that well either. But because she wasn't really taking it well, I made the selfish decision of just going through with my transitioning without really filling her in specific areas. And that's on me. We had that talk where I communicated with her like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't communicate with you that, I was getting my top surgery and changing my name and doing all this stuff. I apologized. I communicated that part, and then she apologized on her end. So it's very important to also understand that there's always room to grow. Your family loves you, but they also love you on their own terms with their own expectation, and that's kind of their faults, their thing.
Yeah.
With family, they can have that decision to change for the better. Like, okay, well, this is my child. Like, things are not as they were when I was a child. Like, so it's a work in progress.
I mean, how are you guys now? Has this been kind of something that they've accepted? Like, do they even acknowledge it as a thing to bring up in conversation, or is this like?
I'm gonna be honest, no. My mom doesn't even call me by my name anymore. I'll be completely 100% honest, but it's weird right now due to COVID and the pandemic. I haven't seen my mom. I've seen my mom like maybe 3 times
Okay.
out of last year. I haven't even seen her this year. Like,
Okay.
but that's because we're both playing it safe. We've communicated that we do want to spend more time with each other and talk a lot more. I miss the hell out of her. Yes, she said some very hurtful things to me. But you know, I don't want a strained relationship with my mom. Like, that's my mom. She's been there for me thick and thin. And I want to include her, you know, in my future, in my present. And I definitely, like, I just miss talking to her. I miss just being like, yo, this crazy thing happened, like this is going on, blah blah blah, yada yada. Like, I definitely believe that people can start over with, especially some space, like that awkward quiet phase. I feel like that's necessary to grow, especially with her, because she just need a hard reboot. So
It seems
I
like
just,
it seems
yeah.
like the time that's being spent apart right now might actually be a great thing.
And
So
honestly, like, yeah, that I noticed that when I moved out. My first time moving out from underneath her roof was December of 2019, before the pandemic. Like, yeah, this is my first time living on my own. I'm doing great. We in a panini. Like, I'm starting my own business. I'm doing great right now.
yeah, no, oh my gosh. If no one has told you, I am proud of you, especially with all that you've gone through and where you are now. I am genuinely, I don't even know you. I am proud of you. I really am.
It's been so hard. I do not know. On a very serious note, though, like, definitely the pandemic has, like, helped a lot with just giving us the space that we need. And, like, since I had time away from her, I had time to really think about it. And I'm just like, damn, I really did, you know, mess up on my part and not really communicate with her on the terms. And I also communicated with her. I was like, it was kind of messed up of me. However, you really didn't have to throw your phone like you did. And she was like, yeah,
Excuse
I'm
me?
sorry.
What?
She threw her phone. She threw her phone at me when she found out I changed my name. I got a letter in from the government, and she saw the name on the letter, was like,
Oh no.
yeah,
Oh, no.
you know, the black mom thing.
Yes, that's all. I'm like, oh my God, no.
And it's so crazy because, like, my mail, she would just sit on the counter. She texts me. She literally texted me. Didn't even call me downstairs. She was like, some of your mail came in. You gonna come and get it? And I'm just like,
Oh my God. He was waiting for you.
like, getting ready for the ass being like, I'm coming to get it.
That's exactly what that was. She was waiting for it too.
Yeah, she was waiting for it.
Oh my
I'm
God.
glad I can laugh about this, because at the time it was not funny.
Oh, I understand. Wow. So how was it then? How was it then when I know that like you kind of had like your story incremented in like, I'm thinking of doing this. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm in the works of doing this. Oh my God, I'm doing this. Oh my God, I did it. Like, that's kind of like how like the story went. And I was like, this is so crazy, but this is so cool. And I know that like after you had like top surgery, is when I started seeing like a change in just like how you carry yourself.
I got bold.
Was there ever a moment for you where you're kind of just like, oh my God, I did it? Like, you're just like, you're not there. Oh my God, I did it.
Yes and no. Like, it was so weird because, like, after I came out of my surgery, like, they were like trying to like caution me every day, just like, hey, like, you know, when you come out, you're not gonna be feeling okay. You know, you may cry, like, it may really hit you. I was like, bruh, can I get some apple juice, please? That's all I care about right now. I just want some apple juice. And it was like, when I left, I was like, okay, like, it happened. The recovery was very itchy and painful. I hated it. When I unraveled the bandages, I was like, dang. All right, okay, all right, okay. It wasn't until it really hit me until I started cosplaying again. And I cosplayed my first shirtless character. Oh God, I'm having a brain fart. What was it? I can't even remember.
Was it?
I just remember that one time I was wearing a crop top at a convention and I had like bondage rope underneath it. And then like at the con, I just took off my shirt and I was like, yeah. And yeah, like literally 2 months after my surgery, I got my nipples pierced. I immediately just came out normal. Like it wasn't like oh my God, this happened. It was like, this should have been done. Like I could do so much now. I am free. Like
Nice. Okay, so
like
this is like an extra arm that you just
gotten off my chest. Yeah, like I was doing stuff that I probably shouldn't have been doing. I should have been healing, but I went back to work. I got my nipples pierced. I like was doing conventions and stuff. I went out there and like I really felt it when I cosplayed Kirishima for the first time. I was like, yo, oh, whoa, okay. All right, okay, we did it. Like, okay.
So was this because I'm not familiar with some of like the anime that I haven't watched yet. Is it the one with like the lines like on his arm?
No. That's Jujutsu Kaisen. That was Sukuna.
Yeah.
Kirishima was the red hair, gears,
Okay.
literally black sleeves,
Yeah,
no shirt, just out.
Coming back now.
I'm really excited to revamp him too. Like I'm ready. That was my dream cosplay. That was like my prime cosplay. I love that cosplay. I loved how I felt in that cosplay, and I can't wait to revamp him. And yeah, looking forward to that.
So has cosplay been kind of like I'll say cosplay and TikTok, have they been kind of like a saving grace for you, like a outlet?
They were.
Yeah.
They were until I got involved with the wrong people, and then it just started to get warped. And I'm like, okay, like I'm more traumatized now than I was before. Like, dang. And I'm working through it, honestly. You meet the not best people with the not best visions of cosplay or themselves, and they kind of project that onto you, which leads like you really becoming a downer along with it. Which that's pretty much what I was spending the entirety of 2020 going through, like realizing the impact that I let people have on me, and then getting over my unhealthy habits and then habits that I picked up from them, and then learning to like really appreciate my own presence, which is weird to say.
It's not though. I completely understand.
Okay, thank you. Cause I'm like, I never really talked about this out loud, like especially with a complete total stranger. Hi. But it's definitely a process of like self-love and self-discovery. And like I thought that was what I was going through with my transitioning, like the start of it. I was like, yes, like I just got top surgery. I'm really learning my confidence and stuff. But it was like the people around me would project their own insecurities, and I would be like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. And then of course that plus my past trauma and like my own insecurities and like my relationship with my parents, my relationship with my family, past stuff, childhood stuff, I'm just like whoa.
It's too much.
Oh, therapy ain't gonna fix this, like
no,
dang, wait a minute, like we really gotta get it together now. Okay, shit.
I mean, because if you think about it, you can't be in the middle of growing and be around people who already have toxic behaviors themselves, and they may not even be directed towards you, but they're projected outwards. And because you're in that circle, you're gonna catch those vibes. Energy is a real thing.
Yeah, and it's very important to pick up on red flags and like what's not healthy. Like, for example, my roommate currently now, he did that thing where like the comparison to make him feel bad but make me feel better, where it's just like, oh, this one TikTok got more views than any of my YouTube views, blah blah blah. And like I would just feel bad and not say anything, and I'll just be like, okay. But like I actually like spoke up and was like, hey, don't do that, because one, you don't deserve to be brought down for your creations. Two, you shouldn't be comparing your creations to mine. And three, I shouldn't be put in a situation where I feel bad for my success that, you're still working on your own success. Like
that's a form
it's
of
different,
gaslighting.
and
It's not okay.
yeah,
That's
it's not okay. And there are things like that would constantly happen around me where I would just be silenced, like pretty much. Yeah, just be silenced. Because not only did that happen close by with friends in my circle, but also, of course, online and on social media.
Yeah. No, that's happened to me more times than I like to admit. And I didn't even know that. I was completely oblivious and didn't know. I became the person who always apologizes for everything. And now I can't stop. Exactly. So like I completely get it. And sometimes people, because we're all like connected to other people and when we're in a circle of people, sometimes friends or people that you're well acquainted with and are very friendly with won't even know that they're doing it to you because it's a common behavior that the rest of the group shares. So it's very amazing that you caught on to that and you're like, this is not the circle that I belong in, or that this isn't me anymore, and I'm recognizing this. But you only recognize that through growth. So like that's like hats off to you, because like you're growing, you're able to see that now because you're able to like kind of head out of the clouds, like, oh, this is what this looks like. I shouldn't be here. Not that I don't belong here, but I need to be surrounded by people who think like I do. Otherwise, I'm going to be constantly brought down all the time.
Yeah. And it's very hard because even when you get out of that kind of situation, you have to deal with the aftermath feelings of like bitterness and like, being obsessed with like, oh, well, we're no longer friends. Are they gonna trash talk me? Blah, blah, blah. And that honestly has been one of my most difficult things to deal with recently, because I don't want to be a bitter person. I don't want to bank off of people's negative emotions. And then on top of that, I don't want to be like a hypocrite where it's just like I'm going through growth and doing my own thing. Nobody else can do that. Like they can't do that. Like, and it's honestly like my best advice when it comes to that is to not have any expectations. But I haven't been able to put that in practice because you never know. Like there's always going to be, at a convention, it's like you're going to bump into a friend who's mutuals with that person, and then they're going to show up and you're going to be like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh man.
And it's like, I'm a very expressive person. And I honestly, like, I don't want to have that fuck moment where it's just like, I just want to vibe. I just want to vibe. Like, I just want to be able to vibe with somebody who did me wrong in a room and not feel anything. Like, I want to be able to have my own fun and let them have their own fun and just vibe.
Yeah. I completely agree with that. Again, have had similar experiences and definitely wish that I could also get to a point where I can do that. But sometimes I think it's just like, look, if I can't, it's okay. And
no. There are some people where it's like, it's on site. I'm being yes. Like, it's on site. 2020 was long enough. Like, some people need to get their ass beat.
This is the only way I'm gonna get over it. Like, I'm sorry.
Right, I'm sorry. Like, you just gotta get your ass beat. I know violence is not the answer. However, 2020 was a different experience. You're getting your ass beat.
I do have an honorable mention for you. I always have honorable mentions if I can ever find one. So I have one for you. Your I want a lightsaber TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Like here. You are not allowed to ever delete that, okay?
I am feeling the effects of masculinity right now. I feel the testosterone. I want to go to war! I want a lightsaber! I'm a man! War!
that
okay.
approval. Like that is your best TikTok.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm curious as to know what was the origin of that? Like, was this like a nod to your transition, or was this just like a funny audio that you found and you just decided to do something to it?
Both. I heard the audio and I was like, dang, this is exactly what I went through when I had my first T-shot. Like, oh man. This is another thing. Like people who started transitioning and like have taken testosterone, men are away because of their testosterone. Like
Really?
Oh my God. And nobody talks about this. Like men be having like man periods and everything, and nobody talks about it. Like that whole like yelling and screaming and wanting to go to war for no reason. That's literally men. Like literally. And I don't want to hear, oh man, like no. Y'all be getting upset for no reason. Like just anger, wanting a lightsaber and just wanting to go to war. Like
Oh my God. Just I think that for me was like one of the moments where I was like, this is real. Like I know like you're being like comical, like you're very silly, you're very derpy. And I'm like, I love this so much. I love it. I exist for this. Yes.
I have not been called derpy in years. Wow. Thank you.
Man, like I used to have
Oh,
it was
man.
myself and two of the friends that I had in college, and we call ourselves the Derp Squad.
Wow.
Like, we would like sit in public and talk in like the SpongeBob fish meat noise for absolutely no reason. And people were like, are they okay?
That's literally me and Black Crystal cosplay. Every single time we're around each other, it's just SpongeBob memes. That's it.
Oh, I love it.
That's all it is.
Let me join. I love it.
Yes, and anytime you bump into us at cons, yes, we will absolutely put you in a pineapple underneath the seat.
Oh my God. So yes, that's yours. Thank you so much for giving the world that moment. What was like 8 seconds of that moment of KingKitsu.
Of rage? Yes,
I loved it.
absolutely. Yes. Anytime.